Imagine a world where the greatest empire on earth stood confident and self-sufficient, believing itself the center of civilization. Then, imagine another empire, driven by relentless ambition, knocking on its door, demanding trade. What happens when those two worlds collide, not with diplomacy, but with a drug? In the early 19th century, Qing dynasty China was a civilization of immense wealth and ancient traditions, largely self-sufficient and viewing itself as the undisputed center of the world. Its grand palaces, bustling markets, and intricate canals hummed with a rhythm perfected over centuries. Foreign trade was a carefully controlled affair, limited to specific ports and overseen with imperial dignity, as China believed it had little need for the outside world's goods. Meanwhile, across the globe, the British Empire, fresh from the Napoleonic Wars, was a rising industrial powerhouse, insatiably hungry for new markets and resources. British merchants craved China's exquisite tea, silk, and porcelain, but China had little interest in British manufactured goods. This created a massive trade imbalance. Vast quantities of British silver flowed into China, threatening Britain's economic stability. To reverse this silver drain, British traders found their answer in a single, highly addictive commodity: opium. Cultivated in British India, this potent drug was smuggled into China, despite its long-standing imperial prohibition. It was a cynical solution, one that would soon unravel the fabric of Chinese society and ignite a conflict that would echo through generations. The consequences in China were devastating. Opium addiction swept through all levels of society, from common laborers to imperial officials, emptying treasuries and shattering families. The Daoguang emperor, witnessing the decay of his empire, desperately sought to halt the tide. In 1839, he appointed Commissioner Lin Zexu, a man known for his unwavering integrity, with a singular mission: eradicate the opium trade completely. Commissioner Lin Zexu wasted no time. Arriving in Guangzhou, he swiftly blockaded the foreign merchant enclave and demanded the surrender of all opium. British dealers were forced to hand over in staggering 1,420 tons of the drug. On June 3, 1839, Lin ordered this vast quantity destroyed publicly on Human Beach, a powerful symbol of China's determination. He even penned an open letter to Queen Victoria, appealing to her moral responsibility, though it is believed she never received it. News of Lin's actions, particularly the destruction of British property, ignited outrage in London. Despite opium being illegal in China, the British government, under figures like Lord Palmerston, sided with the merchants. They demanded compensation for the seized goods and insisted on the principles of free trade and equal diplomatic recognition. This was not just about opium, it was about imperial pride, economic ambition, and the assertion of global power. Britain decided to send a formidable naval expedition to China. What followed was a stark demonstration of industrial-era military superiority. The Royal Navy, with its steam-powered gunboats and advanced artillery, proved overwhelmingly powerful against China's traditional junks and land forces. From 1839 to 1842, the British secured easy victories, pushing up China's rivers and threatening key cities. China, unprepared for such modern warfare, was forced to concede, signing the humiliating Treaty of Nanking. The Treaty of Nanking, signed in 1842, was the first of many unequal treaties that would define China's interactions with Western powers for a century. It compelled China to open specified treaty ports like Shanghai to Western merchants, pay substantial reparations, and, most symbolically, cede sovereignty over Hong Kong Island to the British Empire. Crucially, the opium trade continued, cementing China's vulnerability. 20th-century nationalists would later mark 1839 as the start of China's century of humiliation. The cycle of exploitation was far from over. From 1856 to 1860, Britain, now joined by France, waged the Second Opium War, further eroding China's sovereignty. This conflict ultimately resulted in China being forced to legalize opium, institutionalizing the very trade that had triggered the First War. These conflicts weakened the Chinese government's authority and left lasting scars, fundamentally reshaping global power dynamics for decades to come. The Opium Wars stand as a stark reminder of the devastating human cost when unchecked economic ambition clashes with imperial power. They not only reshaped China's destiny but also laid foundations for modern geopolitical tensions, illustrating how trade disputes can escalate into catastrophic conflicts. The echoes of these wars continue to resonate, urging us to consider the ethical dimensions of global commerce and the true price of power. The Opium Wars serve as a powerful testament to the complex and often brutal forces that shape our world. While we strive for accuracy, history is always being rewritten, viewed through new lenses and with fresh insights. Check our sources in the description to delve deeper into this pivotal era. Thank you for joining us on Echoes of History.